Hello, guys. My name is Dan. Welcome to the stream here. We have Champ and we have Cavell, and we just wanted to talk about kind of the latest Benn Godenzi stream we had. It's a little bit controversial, and I wanted to give Cavell kind of a chance that I unfortunately didn't give him on the stream to kind of talk about this here. So, Cavell, floor is yours, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously that stream didn't go well. It got very heated very quickly. I think that one of the biggest things is I've said many times that a lot of the proof and things that it's very easy to hide behind, okay, bet 10 Bitcoin, bet this, bet that, show me proof, when you can't really show proof because it's hidden behind legal red tape. So even when you know things, if you hear things from whales in the community, or you have sources and stuff that's explaining like certain business practices and stuff like that, you can't just get to bringing everyone up into certain situations. So for him to be sitting there saying certain things, saying like, oh, we're on neutral ground with Ecomi, things are neutral with Ecomi, when realistically it's not. Like the proof was shown that it's not neutral with Ecomi. Like, obviously, how do you sue someone and then say, oh, things are neutral? I sued them, but it's neutral. It's like it makes no sense, man. It's you sued them for a reason, and they didn't pay you for a reason, because we have never seen any other of their business affiliates come out and say, oh, they didn't pay us. So what is it that made them feel like you didn't deserve to be paid? I don't think that that's an unreasonable question, but more than likely that's one of those questions that's behind some legal red tape that can be spoken about. That's just my assumption. It's like so much of this can't be spoken about. I feel like it was annoying seeing the redirect of the conversation to the one thing that's provable. It was like, okay, here, I have this address here, this is provable. Here's my proof. Where's your proof? So no matter what question I ask, it goes back to, where's your proof about this? It's like, come on now. That it's obvious you're going right back to the only thing you can prove. You're talking in circles. And yeah.
To be honest, like as a neutral point of like bystander, like ultimately, let's start off with every story, with every lawsuit, with ever whatever, there's always two sides of the story. Okay, let's not call anyone out or do whatever. Let's just keep it neutral for now. However, in this scenario, we don't know the full. Like, I think just as like I feel like to use this platform to kind of spread this is, we don't know the full story, right? And we will never know the full story. Why? Because obviously it's under agreements and we will never know. Now there's snippets, and honestly, it's kind of more down to the trust aspect. You know, like the people giving us certain information, you're going to take trust from certain people, and that's what us YouTubers have, right? We have this platform, and you're going to trust us with the information we're giving you because you've built that trust with us over time. Now, the information Cavell and other people are reading these articles and getting them from are from people that they so trust, right? Which is why they believe the sources. You don't need to have that back proof. So for example, I go to Daniel Lee and I say to him, look, listen, the moon is white. He's going to believe me the moon is white because I've given him all these facts, and he trusts me and he believes me on that. So I feel like that's like, Cavell, on your bystander point of view, like when you were doing it, that's why you were so strong and adamant on your case. However, he's coming back and saying, where's the proof? We're never going to get that proof. That's the long and the short of it. Like, how are we going to get this proof unless we're in the court of law? And if they obviously got the agreements and the lawsuits to what's the word? Daniel Lee, help me out with the word. What's the word where you can no longer
I don't know British English, man.
Damn it. British English. Oh shit, what's the word? Let me think. It's too late at night for me to think of these words. It's like a seal, not a seal. Come on, Cavell. You said it actually in the stream. What was that word? Because I'm not allowed to say it. I'm putting you both on the spot. Come on, son.
Like, what's the definition again? Like, what's the context?
So basically, when they've got the agreement, but he's not allowed to say it, right? So it's
NDA, not disclosure.
it's there's another word for it, but yeah, kind of like an NDA, right? So on the base of the fact of the NDA, us YouTubers and all this community space and all this kind of bollocks, we're never actually going to know the full story, so we're never actually going to be able to make judgment. But what we can do is two things moving on. All right, like I'm a massive optimistic person and a positive person, is we can just take this and we can keep bringing this to light and just keep going over it and getting annoyed about it, or we could just move the fuck on and get Omi to the fucking moon and just buy the shit like awesome NFTs and carry on doing what we're doing. Because, you know, Cavell, we've got a stream coming up. Daniel Lee, you're smashing YouTube at the moment as well. And I think that's potentially what we should be, you know, focusing on. And Cavell, like, no disrespect to you or whatever, yes, that stream was probably not the best light, but the emotions got better with you. You're human, so it is what it is, right? And you understand that. So I think that's key, and a key takeaway from this. So, you know, obviously it doesn't take anyone to know, like, you guys obviously don't get on. That's cool. If you don't get on, then just go your separate ways. You don't have to be best friends. You don't like him, he doesn't like you. It is obvious he doesn't like you, and if you've got it out for each other, you're not going to have that civil conversation when the emotions are getting better of you. Fair?
Definitely. I definitely get that. I think one of the biggest things that I didn't like about this is it turned into a situation that it was not. People are making it seem as though I'm the one creating allegations against this guy, when in reality, I'm getting articles and stuff from online public information, projects that he's worked with. This stuff is all posted from other people, like even the market manipulation thing. It was a reaction. My content is responding and giving my opinions on the allegations. And people want to say, oh, you're the one creating the foot. You're creating the allegations. My sole purpose of revealing these allegations is to let people in the community know that the allegations exist, regardless of whether it's true, not true, whatever. The allegations exist, and Ecomi is not the ones doing a lot of the stuff that they get in the flack for. That's my only point throughout all of this. Ecomi is not doing what people think that they're doing, and there's some serious allegations against a guy in this community. That's as much as I have said on the topic. Now, people are making it seem like I'm going after this guy or something like that, or we have some type of beef, or I care that he exists one way or another. In my opinion, like, I don't feel like he's going to be that impactful in the community whatsoever. I feel like we're going to have more whales who come in and get in an even better position and stuff like that. The project will move forward. That's why, like, even that point where he was talking was, I forgot who said it in the stream, where someone said, don't invest in Omi because it's being manipulated. I would have never said anything like that, because short-term manipulation, that's a part of any cryptocurrency. Like, whales manipulate things. That's just what it is, whatever whale it is. But that's not going to affect the project in the long term, especially when Vivi and Ecomi ask in the utility that they need in order for the actual fans of the project to be in charge, like to be in charge of the token and how fast it goes up and things like that.
Talk to me.
Yo, poor man, what's good?
What's good?
Actually, on poor man printing. It's the first time we've actually spoken. What's happening?
Yeah.
You good?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm always good.
So basically, on that allegations, I think it was actually someone said poor man printing said it, and poor man said he didn't say it. But anyway, I think we definitely need to, like, well, there's videos about it anyway. But I feel like buying Omi as a token and whales, I think what you said there, Cavell, is a massive fact. Like, there are going to be bigger whales, and there are going to be people with a lot more money that come into this project later down the line. And we're in this scenario right now where realistically, I feel like we're bringing this to light as YouTubers as well. Later down the line, we could definitely just take it out, because it's not something I think needs discussion, but we'll discuss it for the time being, right? And it's out here and we're doing it. But I think once we put this water under the bridge, moving forward, a lot of the people are aware of it. We understand it, but we're just going to go to the fucking moon without it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I want to touch on this real quick. This comment right here, this is the stuff that bothers me about the community, because what the community is trying to do is let a guy who is known for, well, who has a bunch of allegations of him bringing down projects, and they're sitting here trying to bring down the YouTubers in the community by saying stuff that doesn't even make sense. So this guy just said, Cavell, that's not true. Poor man literally posted a video posting that Ben is 100% dumping and not to invest in Omi right now. That's not provable, and it's invented. FUD created by you. How? First off, not even throwing poor man under the bus or anything. I didn't see any video like that, but how is that created by me? You just said poor man made a video, and it's created by me. Like, what are you talking about? This is the stuff that I don't get. Like, what?
Exactly. And I never said it. I never said that economy wasn't a good investment. I just said you have whales in the community that will dump, and maybe, just maybe, from the information that was provided to me from the internet, I brought it to everybody. That's what I do. I'm gonna bring it real. I'm gonna bring it straight to you.
And here's another thing as well. Like, a poor man printing is obviously a YouTuber, and he's allowed to give his information, and no disrespect, but ultimately to all of us, like me, Cavell, PMP, and Daniel Lee, if we make a video and we tell you not to buy it, it doesn't mean you don't buy it. You do your own research. If we tell you to jump off a cliff, you don't go and jump off a cliff. You get what I'm saying? So and this goes into the group, and obviously I feel like this is a new audience to kind of target, because my audience is a bit different, is the fact that all the information that's given to you, whether it comes from any Tom, Dick, and Harry, is down to your own due diligence. When you buy a shitcoin and you lose money, it's not that person's fault because you lost money. It's down to you because you didn't research it, and you didn't research the person shilling you the coin, and you didn't research the coin itself and the utility token. Now, if Poor Man Printed did say, let's just go down that route, okay? He did say don't buy it, and it's not a good price. Then that's just his opinion on the current situation of the price right now, right? If he's continuing to make VV content and OMI content as an overall, he's a long believer of the long-term project that's going. He just believes the current price, right, is the current price of the right now the token is probably not a good buy. Yet again, that doesn't mean you don't buy. It just means he thinks your price could potentially come, because me specifically, I'm waiting for price to come lower before I accumulate more. Does that mean I'm funding the project? No, it means I'm waiting for price to come lower to buy more. It's as simple as that. Like, there's no read between the lines. There's no fucking, I don't know, I'm selling half my bags, or all my OMI, or me and Kay are selling. Like, I think you need to, the biggest, not problem, because I don't want to give it negativity, but I feel like the biggest thing with the community is speculation, because we speculate as YouTubers as well. Like, there's a brick, oh, it's Geodude or Pikachu or whatever, right? Like, when we post something, you don't take what we're saying from front on, right? Like, legit, we're not trying to give you hints of that or the other. We're just telling you like it is. So yeah, I feel like it's pretty funny.
It's just like me saying that I think OMI go $50. Well, that's my own opinion. I think it will. You know what? I don't.
You know, part of the reason I did the stream is, first of all, I didn't even think Benn Godenzi was going to come on. I legitimately thought he was a fake Ben. But when he came on, you know, I felt like it was a good opportunity to talk about it, because, you know, on one hand, we had some videos that were your guys' opinions, and that's fine, of what you thought of Ben. I thought because of that, it would be good to have his side. Now, I think people have made some comments that what I did was wrong, or I shouldn't have done that. But we should hear both sides. I mean, I live in the U.S. All of us do, except Champ. Champ lives in Great Britain or whatever. But from what I understand,
whatever, it's great. It's Great Britain, son.
Great Britain. From what I understand, we have free speech, and I think to exercise our free speech, even if our opinion may be wrong, there's nothing wrong with that inherently. And you have to. It begs the question: if there's so much negative stuff out about Ben, chances are that some of it is correct. Maybe we don't have the full picture, but that's just my opinion. You don't have a lot of hateful stuff if some of it isn't true, you know? So.
No, you're right. We'll never know the whole story, because we're only providing what information that we gather from the internet, because we're not in economy. We're not a part of VV. I'm just an investor, you know, I'm pretty sure y'all are too. So it is what it is.
I think that my biggest point with all of this is, when it comes down to this, I don't think that this situation can really be resolved, because we can't speak on the actual facts of the matter. He's going to always look in the better light, because he can show whatever documents he wants to show, and there's nothing that can be shown to go against him. And that's why this whole thing, I said from the beginning that I think that this is really just going to give him a platform and give him more power than he actually needs to have. In all actuality, though, when it comes down to what we're talking about here. When we're talking about manipulation, everybody's talking about how this thing was made a big deal. My last videos it wasn't even talking about manipulation. It was about the VV NFTs and how it's changing the world. Who Ecomi's actually targeting. Then a marketplace crashing. Like my last video talking about any type of manipulation was like a week ago. So how this starts coming up, and I'm getting accused for something that's happening right now when I didn't talk about this situation for till a week ago. And then when you see the Ecomi members commenting on it, when you see them comment on it and say certain things, it kind of points towards like it. I don't know. I don't want to bring anybody else into it. Let's not bring anybody else into it. The fact of the matter is,
yeah. Think about before you speak. I don't know what you're gonna say, because I'm online and I've got your back, and I'll try to tell you just to think of what you're gonna speak, bro.
Yeah. It doesn't like filter. The fact is, nobody. It's a reason that this guy is no longer a part of the Ecomi team. It's a reason for it, and it's public knowledge at this point that the Ecomi team is not friends with him. They're not on neutral terms with him. So he lied about that in front of everyone.
Yep.
So if he's lied about that, what else did he lie about? And then when he was put on the spot about it, what happened? He switches the conversation back to, I didn't manipulate the market. The lawsuit terms had nothing to do with this. And just
like a tree, baby.
Completely just goes back to the one thing that he has ammo for.
Well, I'm going to be neutral here and just say, like, it's harsh because he can't defend himself. As much as I want you to and I'm like, I don't want to be biased, and I'm just a neutral guy, and I'm another Daniel Lee. I'm here to be the judge, Judy. But it's like, yeah, what you have to say is warrant. But I feel if we can, how do I say? I guess as the YouTubers and the influencers, if we can have, I guess, the last, how do I say this? If we can just basically put this to bed, because the content we don't want to see moving forward, like Cavell, I'm sure you like, it's energy and emotion that you don't want to have, right? Like, if that's the case, then I think moving forward as a community, we just need to keep making sick ass fucking YouTube videos, sick ass content, and you reacting to them as well, and reacting, mate. You should react to your own streams.
What is that for, man? What is that for? What did you got there?
Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna bring this. Just go ahead.
Is that your OnlyFans?
Real quick. Just talk real quick, baby. Hold on.
He said he was a contractor. He did what he had to do and bailed. Why doesn't Cavell understand that? So you're a contractor. You're working on a project and you don't get paid for a year, and you have no problem with that. Like the foolishness in some of this story that people tend to believe. After 30 days, you get I'm on your ass. After 60 days, you mean to tell me that you didn't get paid for an entire year? There was no problems. You're perfectly fine working and not getting paid for an entire year. It's like it just does not add up. But the problem is the truth in the full story is behind a bunch of red tape. Like, we can't speak on this stuff. We don't know the details of this stuff, and Ecomi can't speak on this. So the fact of the matter is, this is definitely an unwinnable situation. Like I said, the goal and purpose of my videos is to inform people of the allegations. As an investor, you should know the allegations that's out there, whether you believe them, whether you think it's true, whether you agree, whether you disagree, whatever. The information, I believe the information should be known. You can choose. You can choose to completely disagree with me. That's perfectly fine, but at least you know that it exists. I don't want people invested in a project where it's something this big as an allegation and you don't know about it. Like, would you, like, I think that this is important for any investor to know.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll take that as a fair comment. The fact is that something happened, you want to bring it to light, and then you just
new investors coming in. I just saw some comments here. People want us to like be quiet and shut up because they think that a new investor is going to see this and not want to invest in the project. My thinking is, a new investor, honestly, I wish someone told me about all the pitfalls with Ecomi right off the gate, right? And I first came in because of Andre Jick, and one of the last things he says towards the end was there's a lot of whales with a big amount of tokens and they could dump. So I think it's just good to know what the red flags are so it can really protect people. I mean, that's something I had when I came in. I think we owe it to the new people coming in to tell them that as well. That's just my piece on that.
Yeah, and then here's another thing, right? Like, I don't know how many people experience with finance. At the end of the day, market manipulation and fucking pumping and dumping is not new. It happens. It's happened in equities in the 1970s. It's happened all the way through to the market crash. Every market crash has happened. That IPOs, which is obviously your initial public orders, they happen to basically the majority of the stocks is done by the broker, and then they can dump them. Watch Wolf of Wall Street. If you've seen Wolf of Wall Street, look at that. That happens exactly. So it just, in my scenario, the pump and dump just happens to be someone else that we just happen to know. So I don't feel like it's personable. And here's another thing as well, like, not to defend a guy or anything like that. I'm just thinking as an open view, just to kind of, when you give it a neutral point of view, you understand it, you take the information for what it is, and then you just move on, right? You literally just like, okay, cool, it is what it is. The thing is, like, I don't want to call the guy because I don't really know him, but let's just say this dude, if he's pumping and dumping, he's doing whatever he's doing, right? I'm not saying he is doing it. He may have did it. Fuck knows. I don't really give a shit, to be honest. I'm too focused on my own life. But if he's done it, then he's doing it for his own interest, and he's doing it for his own money, and he's doing it for his own pockets, okay? Then that's fine. That's fair enough. But I guess the only problem with that is if you don't own it, right? Like, I feel like if you're going to do something for pumping and dumping, just own it, man. Like, fuck it, I did it to make money, or I did it to do whatever. That's also cool too. But at the end of the day, moving forward, I don't feel like it's like a roundabout thing, right? Because first the allegations happened then, and then now we're getting like this whole new stream that's coming up. And listen, a lot of people are like commenting it's negativity. Man, this is not negativity. It's negativity because you're taking it as negativity, right?
So
It's just information that's just being put out there that obviously on Cavell, like literally I said this earlier, the emotions got better of him, but that's fine, man. Like, are you all in the community saying that you have never got heated and emotions to control of your actions, right? Like, everyone has had that happen to them, right? And the difference is he's an influencer, so you see him for who he is, right? And if anything, it's not actually a bad trait because he wears his heart on his sleeve. So he's getting annoyed and he gets frustrated at the fact that they're going in a circle. That's fine, right? Vice versa. For the other guy, he has his proof, he has his points. So that's fine. So I feel like the negativity is not coming from us. It's coming from the mindset that's being taken from the community. It's just information, man. Like, look, if you don't feel like the price is good now, then just wait and then buy. Ultimately, the token itself makes total sense. The utility is sick. We've got Marvel, which is confirmed. We've got a new drop coming. We've got a sick-ass YouTube community. We've got sick-ass community as an overall, which we said this before. So, you know, there's a lot of positives to take away. I just feel like
digital comic books.
I feel like this is
digital comic books also.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, man. I can't wait
for
anime, man. Like I was just saying to Cavell, I can't wait for anime, boy.
Yeah, that's gonna be tight.
You expected much better responses from Cavell and Wannabe. What you have to understand is I'm an investor and I actually want to make money. So if an allegation comes up, I want to know about that because it has the chance of impacting my investment. If you're like, oh, it's an allegation, I don't need to know about it, and that's your investment strategy, good luck to you. But I post on my channel what I, as an investor, care about. So if an allegation comes up where there's a dickhead in the community who could potentially be manipulating things, I am going to speak about it because that's something that I care about. So my channel is just as much for me as it is for the community. If you can't respect and appreciate that type of content, that's on you. Never in my videos have you even heard me say like 100%, I'm confirming that this is Ben, this is him. Like, I barely even mention his name in my videos. You can go back to my videos. I barely even mention his name. And then I say things like, if it is him, and things like that. You don't see me here accusing. I'm not throwing out accusations. I'm pointing out the fact that there's some manipulation taking place and there's certain things taking place. And the allegation is this man is responsible for it. That's it. So I'm not wrong for letting you all know the facts. The fact of the matter is something is being manipulated. And the allegations that's being said is that it's that guy. If he proves that it's not him, perfectly fine. That's cool. If you believe that it's not him, cool. It does not change the fact that the allegation exists.
Multiple places.
That's my point. And talking about I owe an apology and stuff like that. Listen, y'all, you know me.
Yeah.
Really.
They
you
said the
actually
same
like,
thing to me,
you can
Cavell.
kiss my ass. I'm gonna be honest with you.
they said, oh, poor man Printing, he's a liar. He's a liar. He should apologize. Well, you can kiss my ass because
You know what was really interesting about the live stream with Ben? He was actually really bullish on Ecomi, and I thought that was really interesting. And I asked him what his price prediction was. He didn't give a number, but he said that he expects this to be a $15 to $20 billion market cap project. So at these prices, at this token supply, we're talking a 30 to 40x. And that's from Benn Godenzi. Like, are you kidding me? I just thought that was crazy.
Wait, what did you say? 50 billion market cap?
15 to 20 billion market cap. So we're currently trading at like, about like 500 billion tokens or a million tokens. So,
okay, so that's 10 cents to give you an answer.
Yeah.
Just to give people.
That's good. That's good. But math. That's huge. I mean, that's a 40x investment. Are you kidding me? Like, you can't get that anywhere, right?
Unless you buy Dogecoin.
Yeah.
I'm just bringing light to the heart, man. I just think it's funny. Oh shit.
I'm gonna add Randy to the stream. Oh, actually, do you need to go or are you still?
Yeah, I've got 5 minutes. It's too much fun.
Tell us some last minute comments, man. What's your last minute thoughts? Whatever you want to tell us, and then we'll get Randy on.
I think Cavell's funny as fuck.
I love Cavell's content too, man.
Sure. Legit, man. K's your #1 fan, man. You better sign him a t-shirt, boy. When I see you in real life, I'm gonna grab your hand and make sure you sign him a t-shirt because K is your #1 fan.
Look, we got a comment. Yeah. Sorry. Says, oh, Cavell and Poor Man are weird as AF. Damn right I'm weird. I mean, what else you gonna say? No, I'll get my wife to read for me. I mean, what else you gonna put me down with? Come on, bring it, bro.
Well, before I jump on, well, what's happening?
Yo, Randy, what's up, man?
Nice to meet you, bro. Partying. Is that beer you got there? What drinking? What are you drinking? Is that
water?
Oh, what's that on the right? Oh, is that a dog? A statue? I thought it was a beer.
Oh yes, that is Dashie. You don't know Dashie? Dashie is like
Dashie. Meow meow.
Yeah, that's my Dashie. Okay, so I'm kind of just hopping on for a little while just to let everyone know that at the end of the day, again, this is just my opinion, but at the end of the day, whatever happens, you could have a silent multi-deca millionaire that just happens to have 100, 500 million OMI, a billion OMI, and they could just decide, you know what, I have 2 and 3x my money, and they're just going to dump, and maybe it cuts the price down by like 5-10%. Worst case scenario, again, that Bitcoin ETF does not get approved in a couple of days or in a couple of weeks. That in conjunction with the token founders unlocks, and this, let's say this gets cut in half, and me that I put in over $250,000 into this loses $130,000. Okay, I'm just going to buy more. The end of the day, I really don't care what this does in the short term.
Yeah,
end of the day, we still have potentially a SpiderMan drop this week. We still have Pokemon. We still have Alfred Archon, legacy guy out there. Guarantee you a bunch of people that don't know about this project yet are going to say like Alcon's attached. That has zero reason to be into anything unless it's going to make stupid amounts of money.
Yeah,
the guy is already 100 millionaire, something like that. Legacy, he doesn't need to do this. He's only doing this for legacy stuff. What's up, non-fungible wonderful? So I have 1 Bitcoin left. If again the worst should happen and this decides to get cut in half, I'll sell that Bitcoin and I'll go in more. So this way I would have put in like 300 grand at that point. So again, I don't care what happens in the short term. That would work out good for us long-term hodlers if this does get cut in half, because the OMI burn this week is going to be so heckin' amazing. And if you don't follow OMI Daily Burn on Twitter, you see how many millions we're burning each day without any drops. How many hundreds of millions we burn on days where we have these crazy drops. It's insane. So again, that's just me. A lot of people, again, nothing wrong with taking a profit. If you decide to come in here at 0.001 and you want to sell right now, it's like, hey, this might be a little too volatile for me. Cool. If not, no big deal. Again, I'm not tripping. I don't care what happens in the short term. Like I said, I'll buy more. I bought Pokemon cards. I can sell them. I can buy more.
How much you at right now, Randy?
Yeah. 89 million.
Ooh. Oh, dang.
So, you're trying to accumulate 20 million.
Hey, yeah. I remember when I first got in OMI, me and you was kind of like tied up, and you was like, oh, I'm buying more. Then you was like 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm like, damn, I can't keep up with him.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that bunch of people were ahead of me for a while, and then I remember I sold Tesla, and then I sold my big Pokemon card, and I got the funds from Tesla on that Pokemon card on the same day. So I remember calling my friend Ty because I couldn't do a wire from my phone. I was like, "Hey, you signing the computer right now?" Like, yeah. It's like, "Whoa, you got like 200 grand in here." It's like, "Yeah, send 100 grand of it to Coinbase right now." So I did that. I got some Bitcoin.
Why do you use
put all of
Coinbase?
that into OMI, and like I said, I still have one Bitcoin. But yeah, that's when I went from like I think 10 million to like 20 million to 40 to 50. I just have going on. But yeah, that's like I said, if I had a bunch of people that were telling me to just sell my Bitcoin just to get it to 100. If it does cut down, if it does get cut in half, if it does, the worst should happen and the whole crypto market, kind of goes, I will do that and I will get more. Because again, this is a long-term hodl for me. What's up, OBR Land?
And take it to everybody. Go ahead.
Why do you use Coinbase? They don't charge you an arm and a leg.
Probably does, but Binance, I don't know if it has to be me in New York or whatever, but Binance doesn't work. Forex doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And also because again, not a financial advisor, not a financial advisor, but I was a financial advisor in my first business where I would tell people like, all right, if you can do this much of this funds, I would tell them what to do with their money and what to do. Like, I can get you this much money. If I can get you this and you can afford the payments, how much money can you make? And there was a couple people that I knew that had lied about taxes and their lives became hell for like 18 months. And with Coinbase, they report to the government automatically for your taxes. So I didn't want to try to like get cute and like pay someone like off the books. Hey, use Binance, just send it to my trust wallet, which I'm sure people do, and I'm sure people get away with. But I've seen people that have tried to do things like that, not gotten away with it, and their lives are hell.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with the tax man. Yeah,
so if I do everything through Coinbase, cool. Paid everything up front. I don't. As much as I hate paying taxes, I don't mind doing the paying what I have to. Again, cost of doing business, cost of making money.
Yeah, agree.
But I imagine there are cheaper ways to do it.
Yeah. I was just wondering. That's all, bro. I'm a shoot. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before I shoot? Like literally last little things. I got like 2 minutes.
I personally, I see a lot of Cavell and Poor Man in there, and I just want to say that I don't appreciate the slander. Everything that's said about me at this point is slander. And listen, I don't slander me. That's all I got to say. I'm a nice guy. Don't slander me.
And I just want to say that a lot of y'all might not agree with my last couple videos about the situation, but I'm gonna bring it to you real. And if you don't want to believe me, I really don't care. Like I got into YouTube with Omi and Vivi because of my investment. Like that's just how it is. I'm gonna always be real with y'all, but it's up to y'all to believe it or not. I really don't care.
And Pierre just slandered me and the goldfish. So I mean, the goldfish, I'll be sending them my lawyer. Yeah, he said I have the IQ of a goldfish, which is very disrespectful to goldfish. I'm definitely sending the goldfish my lawyer's number, just so you know.
Disrespect to the goldfish. Man, don't disrespect goldfish.
I got the IQ of 50, as somebody said on Twitter. But hey, I'll run with it, baby. Let's go.
I mean, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. Being in the public light, people are there's gonna be a small segment of the population that just hates you no matter what. I mean, you kind of have to have thick skin, and you guys do. So just brush it off, man. They'll forget about this in 1 week.
Hey, Daniel Lee, someone wrote cock and balls. Cock and balls, mate. Cock and balls. All right, look, guys, I appreciate your time. Cavell, fucking Poor Man Printing, and Randy. It was nice meeting you guys. Oh, we have a upcoming stream, Poor Man Printing and Randy. Just specifically you two, because Daniel and Cavell know about it. I'm working on it. It'll be like an AMA/quiz. And if you've got any ideas, so it'll be pretty cool.
When are we doing the stream?
It'll be. I'm still working out the details with Kay and Omi at the moment, Ecomi. So we're gonna hopefully, if we can do it, we'll do a. I guess let's. I'm going to end on a positive note. Is we're going to be trying to do giveaways, whether I'm sponsoring them or Ecomi are going to sponsor them, and it will be to the top 3 YouTubers who get the most right answers potentially on the quiz, and also to the attendees as well, which is the community. And
PMP and Randy, if you guys have any ideas on the stream, let me know, because it's going to be like 10 YouTubers, so it's going to be hard to coordinate. So if you've got any ideas on, I don't know what we
so
can
I'm guessing
do.
it won't be for like a week or two.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm probably looking. I've got quite a lot of businesses to sort out at the moment. So it probably won't be until like mid or even end August. So yeah, something like that. But I got your details anyway, both of you.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good,
Take
bro.
care, champ. Appreciate it.
Cool. Take it easy, boy.
Man said unsubbed. Leave Cavell out. I mean, if that unsubbed was directed to me, I'm definitely going to notice. Just so you know, and I'm going to cry about that later. Like, it ain't hit me right now, but later on off stream, I'm crying. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you.
You know, sometimes bad publicity is just as good as good publicity. You know, like you're still going to get your names out. I think when people forget about this, and they will, within a week or two, they'll forget about this. There'll be something else. I mean, you'll still get a lot of supporters. So
I honestly have not even talked about this. This whole situation randomly came up on Twitter. I guess poor man dropped the video, and then I'm getting caught up in it. Like, and I don't even know what's going on. People saying, "Oh, Cavell, you saying this, you're saying that." I said, "What? Like, I haven't talked about this in a week," and it's just like,
wow.
It's just my best friend.
People just like popping up, and me. And even a week ago, and when I talk about it, all I'm doing is covering allegations. It's not like I'm making an allegation against anybody. The information is there. If the information is there, I'm going to tell you that, y'all, check it out. This information exists. This is what it says. Do with it what you will. I have my opinions, and I can share my opinions, but that's the extent of what I do. It's your investment. You deserve to know anything concerning your investment, including allegations. It's really that simple. So I'm not going to stop telling you all something that could potentially impact you, because what if one of these allegations one day comes true, and then I didn't tell you, I knew, you didn't know, and then you get screwed over or something? Because then you would be pissed at us then. So it's
all
like,
you guys did was take publicly available information. You know, I saw you guys' videos. You know, it was some articles, some Reddit posts, and you came to a conclusion. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It may be right, it may be wrong, but you guys did what you guys do, and I don't think that's a big deal, personally. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it, bad or good. I'm gonna bring it.
I will leave the hard-hitting journalism to you guys. I'm more of like hey guys, I'm eating Taco Bell today, and I'm talking about
you eat Taco Bell every day.
Yeah. Well, because if I want to get more OMI, like, what is better for me long term? Is it going to be eating like steak and fish, which costs me like $30 a day, or can I get $5 worth of Taco Bell each day, get 2,400 calories, and then put the rest of that into OMI? Again, is that smart? Probably not. Is it good for me? No. But long term, it's going to get me that much more money.
Dude, I'm at like 1,500 calories. But I'm cutting.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I should probably cut too. But either way, yeah, I like, again, this morning I was just talking about on stream. It wasn't really about OMI or Earth 2, which is what I usually stream about. It was just about like a random idea. So I like to keep mine a little more light and just kind of, I don't want to necessarily say like pump, even though like pretty much for literally like a month, I was putting in like buying 1 million OMI each day. I was like, hey guys, about to buy 1 million OMI live on stream. But yeah, I generally like to keep it a little more positive. You know, if people have questions, like I said, I always do AMAs. I'll do like 8 minutes worth of me rambling, and then I'll just take questions. And they usually last like an hour or so, give or take.
Oh, I love your live streams, dude. I listen to them at work all the time. Like, when I'm bored, I'm like, oh, Randy's live stream. I just put it in my ear and go with it, you know, run the crane.
Yeah, we have a good time. It's a lot of fun. One of the ideas which I was talking about this morning was just saying, like, hey, if you're ever, like, all your friends are busy, you ever just, and you have like big adventure energy, like you want to go to a park, you want to go to like, you know, like hit golf balls off somewhere, like just rent a buddy for a day. How do you know you can trust this buddy? Me and my friends are going to vet all these people. We're going to take all these people, like different concerts, and go out to amusement parks and determine if they're cool or not. And then if they do get the Chavez seal of approval, then we rent them out for the day. So it's like an escort service, but for friends. You know, no adult services.
My only friends or what? What we got there?
Yeah,
I just want to make a clarification. The proof that I showed earlier, it was public. It's already was public. It was known around the community already. I guess some people didn't know, and some people thought that I was exposing private DMs or something like that. No, it was public information, and yeah. But yeah, it might have not have been the best thing to do, definitely. especially because it was only going to add fuel to it. But the guy constantly asked for proof. Okay, I'll show proof that you're lying about your relationship with Ecomi. That was my thought process at the time, being emotional and kind of heated. So it like to fall into that trap and do that was definitely distasteful. I shouldn't have done that, even if I'm right, but it is what it is, man. I mean, nothing can be done about that.
At the end of the day, you know, Reese put that out. It's a public Telegram group. I mean, if it really was slander, which honestly it's not, it's just if someone thinks you're a piece of shit, I mean, that's not slander. That's just your opinion, right? So it doesn't meet the definition of slander. But even if it was, then hey, you know, maybe don't put that on there. I don't know. That's just my thought there. If he posted it to about 5,000 people, then obviously he knew the chances and the repercussions of such actions.
All I know is I got about 900 gems lined up for the SpiderMan drop or whatever drop is coming on Thursday.
Is it the SpiderMan?
I'm ready to go. Ready to go.
I need the SpiderMan if it's the SpiderMan.
But I mean, what proof do we have the SpiderMan?
I mean,
besides
really
the spider.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw J. Cole. I saw all types of hints and stuff. Like, I'm not even keeping up with it. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's really just that spider. That's
just
a spider.
And then,
it just looks like something written in the web. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, maybe. I mean, that would be a Rickroll level troll if they put all the Spider-Man stuff and then it's not Spider-Man.
I know it would be good. It would be real good.
But whatever it is, it's like I said, each new drop is a piece of history. Each new drop, we're still super early to this. I don't even have that many sets. I only have like 8 sets collected. But some of the sets which are nice, which you can get for only, you know, getting one is a set. I think the top 10% of each of them, if there's 1,750 that are released, getting 175 or below, getting the top 10%. Again, that's just my, you know, coming from that Pokemon collector's background. That's just how I'm going into it. But either way, that doesn't matter. Like for the sets, doesn't matter if you have like number 41 or if you have number 30,000. It's you got to complete the set. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't know. I haven't really done any flipping yet. I would. People can, you know, they can definitely make oodles of money that way. I'm just long-term hodler. See which one goes. What about you? What are your guys' strategy for Thursday?
I'm definitely I go for some drops. I go for the mainly if it's Spider-Man, that's something that I actually want and I care about. I haven't been collecting too much. I've been mainly on the Omi side of things, but I do want to like certain things. Like I'm mainly waiting for anime, but like the Marvel stuff, I'm gonna get some of the Marvel stuff. Some of the characters that I actually care about, like Spider-Man, definitely got to get those. So yeah, I'm going for anything Marvel. I'm going for it.
I'm going for cars, all the cars. Let me get them.
Yeah, first appearances. I think that's my strategy. First appearances, I'm going for those, like all of them. Like down the line, I'll probably let off. Well, the first appearances that's known. Like I'm not going for any other Kryptons type of stuff, to be honest. But like, because I got the whole Kryptons connection. But yeah, mainly the.
I think I was going over. Maybe you guys might know a little bit more, but I do remember. It was like 8 years ago, like whatever. Somebody or some kid asked President Obama, like, who's your favorite superhero? And he said it was Spider-Man. And to my knowledge, that's the only president that has ever said who their favorite superhero was. So just on that alone, like saying like I have the president's favorite superhero in an NFT version, like licensed by them. So I'm really bullish on it. Whether it's Peter Parker, Miles Morales, anyone else, they could throw Madam Web in there for fun. But either way, do you guys know if any other president has said they'd like Superman or they like Batman or whatever?
No, I'm actually not a collector, but I do have a question for you. Since like so taking that into consideration, like the history of the president and how it's tied to Spider-Man and that specific year, how is that factored in? Is that like when you're a collector and you have this and you know that value and the rest of the world doesn't, do you like explain that to the world why that's valuable, or does everybody already know, or what?
For me, I mean, it's different when you're coming in just from a specific niche market like Pokemon cards. Like it wasn't like I was just collecting like collectibles at large. I was getting still waiting for Star Trek. I wasn't collecting sports cards and all this, but generally the rule with most collectibles, it's the older, the rarer, the minter, the better. Now with stuff like this, with new VV NFTs, they're all new, so they're not old. They're all going to be mint, so it doesn't really matter. So it comes down to rarity and I guess how much of an impact they have on culture. And back when Obama did say this about Spider-Man, saying that it was Marvel actually did a whole page like at the end of one of their comics, having Obama in there. They did like a salute to him for that because he just gave him a nice endorsement. But I would say about anything again, Spider-Man, whether Obama said that or Trump said that or anyone said that, is going to be one of the biggest drops ever, just because it's Spider-Man. You have a whole tug of war going on between Disney and Sony trying to. I think what was the price that they'd offer, like $1 billion for Spider-Man, and Sony said no. It's like, that's so much. I think now though, for that particular branding, and especially with all the toy rights, it'd be worth it to do multiple billion, 5 or 10 billion for Spider-Man. So culturally alone, I would say Spider-Man's one of the biggest drops, one of the most popular superheroes. I think him by himself is the highest grossing superhero of all time. Again, just him by himself.
Yeah.
Just he's had so much content out. But yeah, that's my whole thing on it.
Okay, that makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
I actually thought it was going to be Howard the Duck. I did. I was hitting people up like, hey man, what about this right here? Subway, the artist, Howard the Duck, and now I'm wrong.
Do you guys have any last minute things you want to say before we kind of conclude the stream? Maybe we can start with I don't know, Cavell. You have any last minute thoughts there, sir?
Well, first off, somebody asked, how's COVID? You look better. Yeah, I'm over it now. It only lasted a day this time. I've had it 3 or 4 times at this point, so my immunity is built up to the point where it wasn't that bad at all. And my tooth from having my wisdom tooth removed, it's almost fully healed now, so everything's good. But all in all, this situation, it cannot be resolved. There's no proof that we can bring out. It's just something that needs to just die down. It's not anything that can really, it's nothing that, there's no point in even discussing it. It's like, it's like we can't get anywhere with it. So, if anybody felt some type of way and hey, listen, my bad if you felt some type of way. Me, as far as my videos and my content that I post, I feel like I post what I feel like I care about. So allegations is something that could potentially impact my investment, and I put my hard-earned money in this, so I want to know every allegation. So that's something that I'm just going to post on my channel. But I mean that's just my thought process for it. You can agree, you can disagree. Like my thought process is like we can't really do anything about this at this point. I don't care to launch a full-scale attack on Ben or anything like that. I have nothing against Ben. Do I like him? Like, I'm not going to necessarily say I like him at all, but I have nothing against him. I truthfully don't care about him whatsoever. My interest in digging into all this Ben research to begin with was simply because I thought that he could have a big negative impact on my investment if the allegations were true. Even if the allegations are true, he can't really impact the investment too much. So at this point, I don't care about him. I just still think that you all at least deserve to know. That's just my thought process on it. Take it as you will.
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you have for, man?
Man, really, I'm just providing stuff to everybody on my channel from the internet, reading it word for word as much as possible. And, if you ask me if I care for the guy, no, I really don't. I don't care for the guy, but that's my opinion, Do I trust him? No, I don't. But that's my opinion. So I'm always going to be real on my channel. I will never be fake or try to do anything to harm my investment. I thought it was something that needed to be said, and it's right on the internet for everybody. I just give you a channel to look at it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm done with it. I've done what I had to do. So it's time to move on to better things, and let's go.
Good. Randy, you got any last minute thoughts, man?
So I do have a couple of things, mostly of which is that, again, I am a long-term hodler. If you make anywhere between 9 and 11%, that's what the S&P 500 does. If you make above that consistently each year, you're considered very, very good. again, not to toot my own horn a little bit, but I turned from 2017, I turned like $3,000 into late 2019 to over 100 grand. And I think that if OMI, again, I've lost a little bit on OMI from dollar cost averaging, but either way, if this goes up 10% in a year, that's about average for, again, the S&P, but I fully expect this to reach 10, 20, 50x in the next few years. I still think $1 by the end of 2026. Again, that's just speculation, just my opinion, but the mass adoption market, the fact that look at who's attached, look at the licenses that they have, ridiculous. But even if this only goes up 50% in a year, if this only reaches 0.004, that's still a good amount. And if it takes 2 years to reach a penny, okay, cool. Well, we doubled our money in 2 years. That's a lot more than you get investing in the S&P. Short-term FUD, I don't care about. I'm in it for the long haul.
All right, guys. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for being on. Man, I love you, Cavell. I love Poor Man Printing. I watch all their content almost every day. Randy, same thing. I stream you every single day as well. But I will put out the original Benn Godenzi video after some minor edits. So give me about a day or so. And you guys, I appreciate you guys, and we're going to recover from this. I guarantee it. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
Subscribe.
Later, homies.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye, Dashie.